Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nia of Nia's Perspectives. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that like button below and you hit that subscribe button. So today we're going to talk about side hustles. This is an excerpt of a presentation I put together called Side Hustle 2.0, and I'm going to share with you different ways how you can think of and come up with different side hustles. So maybe you're trying to buy a house or you're trying to figure out a way to come up with some extra coins. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. First, we'll get into who I am. Again, I'm Nia. I'm a public speaker and author, and today I'll be your Chief Learning Officer. So I'm just a regular person. I grew up in a single parent household, pretty much became a single mother while I was still a senior in high school, grew up on the west side of Chicago. So we can just say that life presented some financial challenges for me. We'll say that. So I messed up. I really wasn't very educated about finances. I didn't really receive any prior knowledge about it. So I made some mistakes, of course. So I jacked up my credit, mismanaged my finances, you name it. I overspent and was very irresponsible with my money, managing my credit cards, just everything. I just really didn't make finances a priority because I didn't really realize how important it was. So I ended up in court. I got judgments against me, just all kinds of things. I've been evicted before, just all types of things. So what I ended up doing is when I was working, I wanted to buy a house and I went to the loan officer to get a loan for a home. And he didn't laugh in my face, but he was very honest with me and basically told me in a very professional way, I didn't have any reason to be in his office because I was nowhere near ready to buy a house. So that kind of is the point that kicked my butt in gear, and I began to research and learn, and I self-corrected my own credit, and I budgeted. I learned how to budget just basically by doing my own research, and this was before the wonderful Google. So I had to read a lot of books and do a lot of things like that, in addition to raising my child and working a full-time job. And what ended up happening, I bought my first home at the age of 27. I financed my bachelor's. So I do have student loans, but my student loans are only for my master's degree because up until that point, I paid for my own college. I eliminated about $30,000 worth of debt so far, and now I am going to put my daughter through college up until her bachelor's. So these are the things that I've been afforded to be able to do once I got my money right. And I'm actually in the market right now to purchase my first investment property. So with all of that being said, I took the time, I put the energy in, and I learned those things so that I can channel that energy and help and share that information with others. So because of that, I became a certified financial education instructor. And so what I do is I facilitate different workshops across the globe for other organizations and event managers, and I teach it. I teach to adults. I also teach to youth. So I'm on a mission to help single mothers and mompreneurs. I want to inspire them to make better financial decisions. I want to help them go from struggling and stressed to empowered with their finances. I want them to be empowered about their finances. So, and also I want them to make sure that they introduce those personal finance concepts to their children so we can make personal finance a family heirloom. So why are you here? You're here because you took my 5-day challenge. You're here because you figured out that you had a deficit in your budget and you have goals to reach, or you just want a side hustle because you're trying to make money. You might have some obstacles you're trying to overcome. I also want you to think about a couple of things before you add a side hustle. And then we want to talk about some different ideas about what type of side hustles that you can come up with. And then we'll decide what to do once you decide what you want to do for your side hustle. So you're looking for extra money. That's why you're here. You want the green. We all do, right? You're having issues though, because you either can't pick an idea, you want something that doesn't take up a whole bunch of your time, you think that you got to have a business degree to get a side hustle, or you feel like you don't have enough money to put down or any type of startup capital, and you don't know what you could possibly do or have as a skill that you could turn into money. or you just got too much stuff to do. So you always figured that you didn't have the ability to get a side hustle. So that's what we're kind of going to work through a couple of those things today. So side hustle perspectives. Let's just think about what a side hustle is. A side hustle is not something you're going to do for a lifetime. Nobody wants to side hustle forever. Maybe you might turn your side hustle into a full-blown business if you find out that it's that profitable and you do well with it, then turn it into a business. But you don't want to do a side hustle forever. You don't want hustle, the word hustle. Who wants to hustle forever? The goal is to hustle now so you don't have to hustle later. You want to do it based on goals. What is the goal that you're trying to achieve? Don't just start one for no reason out of the blue. You want to have a goal and set goals for why you're starting a side hustle and what goals you want to accomplish, because once you accomplish those goals, let it go. Don't get stuck on it. Don't get stuck running yourself into the ground. You're getting the side hustle to pick up a mission. So don't pick up the side hustle and then create a lot of expenses to go with the side hustle, because then you're just going to defeat the purpose. Okay. You want something that's income generating. A side hustle, you're not looking to replace your income necessarily now. If it turns into a business, then that might be a goal for you. But initially, you're starting a side hustle. That's just what a side hustle is. You don't want to invest a lot of money. You want something really low risk. And also, honestly, I have to be honest with you all. The first time you do it, it might not work. The first thing you try to do, it might not work. You might have to try a few things before you find something that works for you. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience. Okay, so the why. Why would you get a side hustle? Why would somebody want to go pick up something else and do more work? It's hard out here. So you want to generate income. You're trying to bring extra money, create assets. You might have creative projects that you want to do. You might be trying to create more options for yourself. You might be trying to empower yourself financially. And like myself, you might be trying to pay down debt, because a side hustle is something great that you can pick up if you have some debt that you're trying to get rid of, and you can focus all the money from that side hustle to tackle that debt. And once you get that debt going, man, then you're good. The goal is to set the goal. So say you have $50,000 in debt, you can pick up a side hustle and you can figure out from the amount of money bringing in from that side hustle when you expect to pay that debt off. And as you create disposable income in your own budget, you will add it to what you're doing with your side hustle so that you can reach your goal even quicker. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to be debt free, bad debt free, but that's another video. Okay, but wait. Hold on before you start counting your coins. Think about it. Look in the mirror. Is a side hustle the answer to your problems? Because more money is not always going to solve the issue. Sometimes you pick up more money, and then if you don't correct the bad spending habits, if you don't correct your inability to save, if you don't correct the fact that you don't budget your money before you get it, picking up a side hustle is not going to solve your problem. All you're going to do is pick up a side hustle, and then you're going to pick up some extra bills, and then you're going to drop all your money, and you're still going to be broke like you were before, except you're going to be way more tired. You're going to be much more tired, but still the same broke. Analyze your current habits. Are you doing anything now that might be preventing you from having a surplus in your budget? Get organized. Organization is key. It is a definite way to help you not spend unnecessary money. And it's a necessary thing to help you save money. For instance, if you don't make a grocery list, I know you've done it because I've done it. You brought home something that you already had a brand new one home already in your house. You're losing money because you weren't organized. So that's one way, and things that you can work on before you start to do your side hustle. Next, I always suggest people to separate their finances. When I teach my students about budgeting, I tell them to make sure that their finances are separate. Make sure that you separate your main income, your side hustle. Maybe you have a part-time job. Maybe you have residual income. Maybe you have capital gains that you need to calculate. Maybe you have royalties because you wrote a book, things like that. You want to separate them from different things, and you want to base your budget off your main income. So when you do that, you can identify and you can give each one of those sources of income a name. Give each one a job to do. If you got royalties coming in regularly from your book, okay, maybe you dedicate 50% of your royalty to debt. Whatever income you're paying yourself from your royalty, you identify that as this is money for debt. Those type of things you got to do. All right, let's work. Okay, so now we're going to talk about generating different ideas. So I know this is a whole bunch of ideas. No, I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but this is just to give you a whole bunch of ideas on different things that you can do so that you can get money. If you're looking for how you can clean or organize for people, definitely send me a message or drop a comment down under this video and I'll give you a list of different things that I myself have done. Yes, I have cleaned people's houses to make money, but I paid my car off almost 2 years ahead of time. Yes, I have done it with my master degree having self. I'm not too good because it was something that helped me get what I needed done. And this no car note life, baby, is one of the best. I don't think I ever want to go back to a car note again. But look at some of these things. Look at some of the things and see if any of these things work for you. Do any of these things might be talents that you already have? Are you good at organizing already? Do you dibble and dabble in photography, website editor, eyelash technician, bartender to do bottle service, do a course on Udemy? And then you can have digital products. But the next, we're going to talk about different types of digital products that you can come up with that can be pretty much passive income that'll be making money for you while you're making money. If you're good with resumes, a mobile notary or a mobile signing agent, with everything that's going on and all of the people who might be changing residences after the whole COVID-19 and the pandemic, that's something a lot of people are going to be purchasing properties. A lot of people are going to be selling properties. They're going to need a signing agent at their closing. So that's something else. People will always need somewhere to live. If your toes are pretty and you keep your toes done, toe model, rent your car out to other people, drive for Uber, drive for Lyft, become a language tutor. ESL, you can always find an ESL certification on Groupon. 9 times out of 10, they have a deal on there and you can get that certification and get you a job tutoring others where English is their second language and they may be trying to learn English and it might be your native language. So those are a few ideas of things you can do. Feel free to ask me a question about either one of them. If you're looking to get started in one of them and you're not sure where to start, I can probably shoot you some resources, but I'm sure you can probably do a search and find it as well. So once you decide what side hustle that you might want to do, you want to look and advertise, because you can be the best of the best, but unless you advertise, nobody will know that you do it and you're not going to have any customers. So go to your free channels first, of course, Instagram, Facebook, create a Facebook page for it, go on Facebook Marketplace, register your business on Yelp, Google. You can set up different promotions and offers and things like that. Maybe first customer, or if someone refers 5 people, they'll get $10 off. Whatever you want to do, just something to make people spread the word about it. You can have a contest where all your customers who've used your service, or maybe initially, normally it's your friends and family, maybe ask them if they'll post videos or they'll post something that will help and that will spread the word, because then all their friends will see it and they're like, ooh, I like that. I need that too. Let me talk to them. So, YouTube videos like this one right here is a wonderful tool to spread the word, and make sure that you look up the correct keywords to put so that somebody who's looking for your service can find your video. Don't just put it up and then set and forget about it. That's not what you do with a YouTube video. You have to nurture it, and you make sure you look up the right keywords. Okay. So digital products. Here are digital products and things that you can create to get you some side money. You could do stock photos. You can create presentation templates. Some people are not good with presentation templates. You can sell meal plans. You can create tutorials similar to this. I mean, you can do professional services for others, write an ebook, create printables, because if you have the right version of Adobe Acrobat, you can create a printable on own computer. If not, there's a free website that you can create and turn a PDF document into a fillable PDF. I think it's PDF Escape. If you look up that and it's not that, put a comment down at the bottom and I'll reply. But yes, so invitations, create invitations for people, design them. Canva is free. 99. So you can use the free version of Canva and create all types of things. You can create graphics and flyers for others. You can create courses and think about different courses that you want to do. So your options are out there. There are plenty of things you can do to get out there and get your money. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm so glad you came. This right here is just a few more tips for you and then I'll be done. But like I said, if you like what you're hearing, if you find somebody who needs to hear this, make sure you share, hit that like and subscribe button. So make sure you do the work and make sure you do your research. Don't come out here if you want to sell toe polish, but then you're selling the wrong color for the wrong season. If you're going to pick something you're going to do some valid research on it. Figure out how much you should charge. Figure out what are the best ones. So maybe you want to do resumes, but maybe your niche is mothers that are entering back into the workforce after they've had a child. So then you pick that niche and you talk directly to them. Don't just go, oh, okay, I'll do resumes. Then you need to have some people that you've done their resumes before so that they can show that you did. You need some testimonials or some people you've actually done the work for them before. Make sure you're doing it for profit. That's the other thing. Make sure you're doing it for profit and pump your brakes because you're starting a side hustle. Do not go out and buy all these different things and all these different equipment that you think. Yes, I said it. That you think like, hold on. Y'all don't hear me. That you think that you need. Do not go buy all these things that you think that you need and spend all of this money before you even find out if this side hustle is going to make you money. So make sure you pump your brakes. You sit back and research. You do a small analysis of your current skills to see what you're good at. What could you make money doing? What is something that you are really good at that other people have trouble doing? What is something that everybody in your family always comes to you and asks you to do? Everybody always say, oh, can you do this for me? Oh, you do this so well. That's something that you know you can monetize. Okay. And then you always want to do it for profit. So that's another reason you have to research your prices because you have to make sure, remember, this should be low cost and low risk. So you got to make sure you pick something that you're charging enough that you're actually making a profit. Okay. I mean, and me personally, I prefer digital products just because I don't want to create another job for myself because I like more passive income streams. I don't like the whole bucket pail thing. Why create another job when all that's going to do is make me even more exhausted? So I hope you enjoyed this. As I said, if you like it, hit that like button, subscribe, share this. And hopefully you found yourself a great side hustle. All right. Thank you for tuning into my channel.